Hi, I'm Barb with KCC TV, and today I'm coming to you from the Bronco Arena here in International Falls. It's a great setup for the pair of guys that I have sitting here next to me tonight. It's Mike Bolstad, Tim Ringhofer, both very familiar in our community for a variety of reasons. Most of them good. Yeah, so Mike approached me with an idea to do a sports program for KCC TV, and this is exactly what myself and the KCC TV board are looking for, is people to come to us from the community with ideas. KCC TV is community created television, and there's lots of opportunity here, so this was fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and start my conversation here with Mike because Tim told me to. So Mike, when you, obviously you had something that kind of formed in your head around this.
Oh, sure. We don't need to do the microphone stuff or anything.
No, I'm just going to hold it right here.
What happened? Me and Tim do a lot of sports together.
Yeah.
Okay, we do announcing for mostly hockey together, boys and girls hockey, and we also participated last year in a Coach's Corner Plus, which was live mainstream on the computers. You couldn't get it on the radio.
Right.
So this is kind of, then what happened is I watched some of your previous shows on Channel 7, and I thought, well, this is kind of cool. I said, God, me and Tim would be, this is up our alley, we could probably do pretty good with it.
Yeah.
And I thought people like listening to sports, and I thought this would be a good mix.
Yeah. So now when you talk about sports, because a lot of the stuff that you do already is local sports, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is different. This is, well, but you're looking pro sports, lots of soccer. Just
no, that won't happen. No offense.
Well, no, we just don't have a lot of it here. But you're talking about beyond local sports in terms of Bronco stuff, which I know you guys will continue to support that as well. But you're talking about pro sports and things in the larger arena.
Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're going with this. Is we don't want to take away from what's going on at the big K radio, KGHS, KSDM. Okay. That's theirs. Over at the local eating establishment, and that's all high school and college and local sports. Again, that doesn't mean we're not going to go there. We're going to venture out. We'll try different spots to maybe run this show at. We might be at a bar. We might be at a restaurant. We don't know yet.
We might be at the arena.
Exactly. Yeah. This is kind of a nice little setting here.
It is.
And I just like the fact that when we feel like talking sports is the right time, then we'll do it. Like upcoming playoffs for boys hockey, we might want to do a little something with that.
Right.
We got tons of things coming up. We got the NCAA basketball tournament. We have NCAA hockey. We got the NFL draft, and most importantly, we got the Timberwolves and Wild, and we're going to really hit hard on the Wild in the next couple sessions because I got lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Mike has a lot to say on the Wild, and I wish I could keep up with him, but he's maniacal about it.
Maniacal is a good word.
I don't know what the maniacal means.
It's let's call it passionate.
Passionate, yes.
With an edge, maybe.
Yes,
there's an edge to that.
That's kind of my life. It's passionate with an edge.
And you guys have a nice balance here.
Well, I think. Well, like I said, we've worked over the years. Like I said, he's very much into the hockey and the NFL draft. It amazes me the amount of research he does. He does his homework, and I feel.
You don't have to.
No, I don't think. I don't think that. I think. I wish I felt as much about it the way he does with the homework and the checking things out and the draft picks and everything else, and he definitely has a good flair for it. And I kind of watch from the periphery, and with my local emphasis, I feel like I really have lost the edge on the pros and the colleges, but it's something that Mike and I still get to talk about, and it's amazing to me the people that I talk with in town, how passionate they are about, like I said, the Wild or the Twins or the Vikings. I mean, there are men and women in this town that will start talking to me about this, that, or the other thing, and it's in
some detail.
And they're like, "Wow, you've done your homework. You've been reading up on this," and that's what we want to get into. We want to open up more of that conversation and hopefully get other people involved with that thoughts, and of course we get to share our ideas, and then of course as we go around town, there's going to be people saying you guys are wrong.
Sure,
wrong,
there's going to be some of that, right? And
we want that.
Every good story has conflict.
You know, we want
right?
that. I want to be able to walk into a Coffee Landing or whatever. Can we mention names?
Sure.
Coffee Landing, and somebody say, "Hey, Bolson, what were you talking about the Wild? I think they're doing fine." You know, that's great.
Well, we all have,
That's what we want, and it's a fun.
Or saying you were right. That might happen.
I hate to say that.
I know.
But,
I know that's shocking.
I think the reason me and Tim work so well is he's kind of the organized. He's you know, he coached with Stuart Nordquist for a number of years, and with that brought the discipline and the organization, and he needs to think things out before he says it. I don't. Okay, and I think
everybody knows that.
And I
right?
think we work. That's why we work so well together. Is he's the organized. I'm the unorganized, put it together, and I think we'll put together a pretty good show.
I do too. I do too. That was really fun for me to think about, and I love how you really, Tim, how you talked about people just having this. They don't, so like somehow they just absorb all this information and it sticks. As a teacher, I imagine that you wish that would happen with more subjects, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about it is when you talk to people about, like I said, whether it be the Wild or the Vikings or whoever, the reason why they can talk about it so freely is because they do have a passion for it. They want to see the Vikings be successful. Mike wants to see the Wild be successful. I want to see the Wild be successful. And right now, everybody's trying to solve the problem that's there, and I think that's what creates a conversation. But he is into it very deeply, and I think, like I said, I sit on the periphery of this one because hockey's definitely not my forte. I love watching it, but I don't have the X's and O's and the stuff that Mike has. But I think there's other sports where, you know, with the football and those kinds of things where I do have that, and I see it, and you know, when I see the Vikings and what they do, I get very passionate about that, or the Gophers, or whatever.
Well,
so I think that's a good thing. Mike brings a lot to me and gives me more informed, and I think it's a vice versa thing. So I think it's a good mix.
Well, and you have to have that play in there too. I am. To listen to my son and my sons and my husband talk about they know who went and what draft and when and what they watch that much TV. I mean, it's funny but that's it's something that's just innate in us to cling to that and remember that, and that's how this comes about.
I think you always find yourself in a certain place at a certain time, and you just remember that, and you connect it to the sports.
Right,
it is where other people may be connected to other things. We connect it to the Super Bowl from that year, or you know, the Twins winning in '87 and '91. Who will ever forget? I mean, the players on those teams. I probably can name the teams, the guys on the '87 and '91 teams better than I can name off the team last year, because they had such a big impact on my life at that time. Right. It's a big thing. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
And when we talk about local sports, not just current athletes, right? You mentioned in our conversation, you know, the local Bronco Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, so, and I know you're also talking about inviting some guests on and really kind of seeing where this goes. So there'll be a lot of kind of play to see what your sweet spot is here.
Yeah, I think guests will be a great idea. I mean, that's my goal, is to have someone come up and mention something, and I'll say, but you know, like Billy Mason, you know, our athletic director. Hey, why don't we get together and we'll talk?
He's so soft-spoken. We're going to have to really bring that mic up.
Exactly, and he is very soft-spoken. But yeah, I mean, the whole idea. I mean, sure, the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's Ringer's MO, and me and him argue a lot about it, and but it's all good
for all of
good
us,
arguments, and I think they're doing a great job with that Hall of Fame, because it's a tough job.
It is.
You know, and we'll have a show on that and tell people why it's so tough, because the first ones are easy. I mean, we could put Timmy Sheehy and Bronco Nagurski and all them guys in. But once that big group of 12 to 15 are in,
then you got to find
then it gets
more.
really tough. And that's where me and Ringer kind of say, well, this guy, probably, but how about this guy? And then he goes, well, Mike, get on the doggone committee, and then
then you can have a say.
So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
How all that works.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I hope ratings are high enough that they don't get rid of us after a week.
Well, it's not up to us.
What is it up to?
It's if you want to continue.
So we just keep showing. This is the greatest show I've ever been on.
Yeah.
we can be really bad.
Well, you know, you're volunteers, right? I mean, you know, you're not getting paid for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what keeps it pure, right? There's no influence.
Oh, and I think about we talk about bringing guests on and everything else. I think when we were doing the extra the radio thing last year on the internet, that's what it was fine when Mike and I were doing it, but it was more fun when you had a third person to kind of come in there and maybe not be mediator, but have another look at things, another perspective, and it kind of opens things up. And I know there's plenty of people in town who I think would be willing to come on and do this and volunteer to come on and talk sports because they love it, just like we do.
Yeah. And we all know each other. I mean, and we all bump into each other. I think there's a lot of value in being in the community, and this just generates conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of our best shows, and again, give kudos to the radio station because they're the ones that kind of got me and Tim together.
Sure.
Some of our best, I think two or three of our best shows have been the Old Timers Tournament, where we bring in guests from the tournament and they get on the radio.
And that brings in a lot of personalities too that we don't get here very often.
Someday we brought Woody in one year. I think the ratings shot way up on that show.
I think Woody should have his own.
My boy Woody.
Yeah, but that's what you want, right? You want a character. You want someone who is. There's just some depth to the conversation character. I see you guys are being distracted by hockey out here.
Well, every once in a while, you got to take a peek out there, see what's going on. Yeah.
Not distracted. I think it's more of a nerve thing. I mean, you're a professional.
Yeah. I mean,
look at this face. I got a face for radio. Doing this TV thing's a little more nerve-wracking, but I think I'll handle it.
The nice thing is it's not live, and we can edit.
Really?
Yeah, we can edit.
Should have said that earlier. Huh?
Don't test me.
Don't test the editing skills.
Yeah. Well, things happen. Things happen.
So, what do you expect us to out of this show? What are you looking for?
Well, I just want you guys to be yourselves. I want you to.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Well, there's learning, right? No, But again, this is the essence of community television, created by the community. And that's why the board made the investment that they did in all this equipment. It's not super fancy equipment, but it serves our purpose. It's portable and it works. And the more that we have people from the community step up and enjoy this creative process, the more the station grows, and the more everybody gets some type of viewership. And if we can continue to have this represent some of the fun and some of the good things in the community, it creates a branding almost for all of us together here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in this community that we might not want, we might not want to talk about, right? That might not be a subject that is entertaining or, this is going to be fun. This is going to be entertaining. It's going to be educational. It's local. You guys are in the right position at the right time.
And then bringing that up, I mean, when we talk high school sports, the tone will be a lot different than it will be professionals.
Yeah. There's a time and a place for everything.
No, I mean, I will never ever, as far as a high school athlete, there's no reason at all to say what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong.
Right.
That's their coach's job that is on the ice.
Right.
That isn't Tim and I's job to sit on here and critique certain things.
Right, that's outside of where
when it comes to the Wild and the Vikings and things like that, we'll probably be a little more tough on those guys.
Absolutely.
They'll give you plenty of
They'll give us plenty of ammunition.
Plenty of things to talk about.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So this really is for us to just create an awareness in the community. So we'll run this a couple times, and probably what will happen is people will start to come to you and give you some thoughts about how this should be. Just stay true to what your plan is, but be curious about how it can evolve. We don't have a name for your program yet, so we talked about this. Do you want to announce the plan for naming your program?
Well, I wanted to, there's a big show, it's a little bigger than ours right now, called the Mike and Mike Show on ESPN. It's not every morning on ESPN2, like I think 6 in the morning, but I don't know. I definitely don't want to go there because his name's Tim.
And there's all those legal reasons.
If anybody can come up with a creative, fun name, being nice to us at the same time. For me and Tim to have for a name of a show, get a hold of one of the three of us, and we'd be glad to look at it. And maybe what will they win?
A free appearance on the show?
Free appearance on the show.
Yeah, we don't really have anything to.
And if you don't know sports, we'll tell you what to say.
They can have an undisputed opinion, Sheriff.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's a good idea. Whoever can come up with a good, fun, creative name, just let one of the three of us know, and we'll have a little mini vote. And if not, we'll just call it Mike's Show.
Mike's show. I like that.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I have lots of fun ideas.
I bet you do. Are you going to be on with us every once in a while, or is it me and Tim basically
Let me
run
tell
our
you,
gambit?
this is your show. If you request my presence on this program, I'm not sure what value I would bring to it.
You're right.
But
You can edit that though.
oh no, we're going to keep it in. We're keen to keep it in, so that really gives them the true flavor
Of the show.
the spiciness of this show.
Yes.
And I can roll with the punches too.
That's good.
But I do control the microphone. Remember that?
That's why I'm a league bowler too. So bowling is a sport. I met a lot of new friends.
It is a sport.
I met a lot of new friends in bowling, and it's one of the best sports to get in, to get to meet new friends.
Yeah.
Because, what I do is when you're bowling a team, you've never even met these people before.
Yeah.
Their names are up on the screen. So after they bowl, they say, "Nice shot, Joe."
Yeah.
And then you got a new friend.
It's true.
It's a
so
great-
not only are you talking sports, you're really bringing the world together.
Yes, we are.
Making friends.
I'm invited to already, I don't even know who they are, to 3 different summer parties where me and Diana are just going to get in our boat and go there. We won't know anybody, but they're our
You're there.
bowling friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but now you're gonna. By that time, you may have an entourage after all of this. Hey, Tim?
Yeah, right.
Digress again.
So he's here to carry the ego.
Yeah.
He's doing the heavy lifting.
There you go.
Actually, Tim's excellent. Tim's
there's no
got
question.
it's going to be fun because, like I said, we mesh together, and,
Yeah.
and it's we're going to have fun with it. Eh?
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, to get a chance to, anytime we can talk sports, that's a great day.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
And to be honest with you, he'll be the lead. He'll be kind of the main guy, and then he'll ask me questions, or I'll ask him, and then we'll go. But that's kind of how we've done it on the radio.
That's your shtick.
That's our shtick.
Your shtick. All right, gentlemen. Anything else?
Let her rip.
How much time do you have?
This is our teaser.
Well, this is our teaser. That's right. We got to
This is
get
our
out of here.
teaser.
All right.
So thank you to whoever allowed us to come in and use.
Billy Mason.
Billy Mason allowed us to come and use Bronco Arena. That was a fun, even coming up with a place to do this, we had a lot of options to come up with, and this is fantastic.
And if you want us at your place, again, get a hold of one of the 3 of
Absolutely.
us.
So
We'd
being
love
invited into some of this is,
Sure.
is a great opportunity. Gentlemen, we will remind people again, you need a name. Contact you, or if you see me, between the 3 of us, we're everywhere.
I have Twitter.
Right?
I have
You
Twitter.
What's your handle?
Michael Bolstead.
Michael Bolstead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Ringhofer
He's
on Twitter. Not very often, but I get there. Mostly Facebook.
Sometimes you tweet, sometimes you don't.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
going
of
to get
course,
busier
you know,
too.
Barb Bowen Borger. She's all over the place.
There you go.
Yeah, all over the place. All at the same time, apparently. All right, gentlemen, we'll cut it short. Thank you very much for stepping up and making this happen. It makes me look good at my job.
Yeah.
And anytime someone can do that for me, we're besties forever.
Maybe you'll get a lot more other people joining up, and let's go.
You may get Christmas cards.
Never know.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.